Hey, you guys, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Let me make sure I have my mic on. Sorry, guys. I wasn't looking at the countdown whenever I was drinking my drink. Sorry, my bad. Hey everyone. So this past Friday, it's Monday. This past Friday, another episode of Mama June Family Crisis aired. And JoJo, it is now. We are live right now. Yes. We're gonna do a recap. And honestly, there was so much that I honestly had to say, and there's clips that I need to find to things that June said. I'm like, I have seen clips of Anna saying something different that I tried to look for this morning, and I it's just been a lot, you guys. So we're gonna do the recap. I'm just gonna say the things that I know that I've heard from Anna and other people, and then in the meantime, I'm gonna look for the clips, and if I can find them, we'll go over it then. Because there's so many things in this episode that I'm like, even if that was the case, why would you say that? Like, your daughter is like deceased. She just passed away. And on national television, for a storyline, no less, you are telling the entire world that you guys had 6 or 7 people tested to see if they were the dad to Kaitlyn. Then why didn't you guys test the man that Anna knew was the dad? Because it didn't happen. That's why, because it didn't happen. Because I want to see some evidence that Anna tested 5 or 6 men, or 6 or 7, or however many men she said that it was. Because let me tell you guys, as somebody that speaks to people directly with the family, as somebody that has talked to literally people that talked to Anna like the day before she passed away, this is not, I have never heard this. And when I talked to people that knew Anna, they were shocked that June said this. They were like, that is not true. Anna has always known who Kaitlyn's dad was. And I've heard Anna mention Kaitlyn's dad on TikToks. She has literally said, and this was before Anna passed away, like a few months before Anna passed away. Anna literally said, Kaitlyn's dad is not a part of her life. He has his own life. He's been married. He's got kids of his own. He's never wanted to have anything to do with her. I've never pressured that or pushed that. And he has a family now. So I don't bring him up because I have no desire to like affect his life. Anna has literally said that. So I don't know where June, and here's the thing, if it was true, who would say that? If it was true, if your daughter passed away at 29 years old and you're on a TV show, wouldn't that be something you would wait for the cameras to be put down for to say? Wouldn't that be something that you would say, hey, that cannot be on here? My daughter's already deceased. I don't want people to know that about her. Like, Anna did come back for the show for the purpose of, I was told for the purpose of she did want to spread awareness about the type of cancer that she had. But I was also told that Anna was told, you guys will be paid. Okay. That was another reason that Anna came back for the show. But before that, Anna was never big about the show. When Anna came back to do Here Comes Sunny Boo Boo, it was because she was promised something. It's because she was pregnant and she was promised a house. It was because she really didn't care that much to be on TV. Like, Anna didn't care about the fame the way that they did. That's why before she found out about the cancer, she had no desire to return to TV. She was asked all the time when she would go live on Instagram, are you going to come back to the show? No, 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 no. Because she didn't care. She wasn't chasing fame. Anna was a pretty private person until the cancer. And then she shared her story. So that should have been something that June, if it was true, she should not have said that on TV. And I wonder why my husband just opened my door. Like, boy, I've been trying to get live all day. You can come open my door. Okay. So let's get into the recap, you guys. This has been a wild one today. I've been up since 5:30 because Mondays are my day for Mondays and Tuesdays are recap days, and they're always a very busy day. And it still took me till 6 o'clock to go live. So let's get into it. Okay, previously. All right, so previously on previous episodes, the family was informed that Anna's cancer was growing more aggressive than it was initially. Pumpkin had planned on having a big Christmas party for Anna so the family could have one last Christmas party together or Christmas together. But due to Anna's declining health, the party had to be canceled. June continued to try to get Anna to put something in writing as far as where Kaitlyn would go once Anna passed. June even took it upon herself to have guardianship papers drawn up, hoping that Anna would sign them. But Anna never did. Anna did say that she wanted her husband Eldridge to have Kaitlyn, and that she wanted June to help out if needed, if need be. Like if Eldridge couldn't do it, then I guess June could do it. Then on December 9th, unfortunately, Anna did pass away. That was the day of her daughter's birthday as well. That's Kylie's birthday. Her family did get to see her. They did get to say their goodbyes. And that is the one thing that I do commend June for. June, she took Anna in and she had Anna at her house for 3 weeks and one day. And she, her mama came to visit Anna. Even though she don't get along with her mom, she did let her mom come. Anna's dad came. So she did let people come visit Anna. And I'm like, that's one thing that you did right that I'm like, high five. So yeah, she passed away. Family got to see her say goodbye. All right, so this episode is season 6, episode 24. It is titled Forever Anna. And it starts off with Mama June in a confessional. It's 2 days after Anna has passed away. This was kind of weird to me, but I can't know how I would respond in the event that my child passed away. And maybe it's just the way that they edited it, because it was kind of weird. Yeah, Snappy said I could tell they did edit stuff even more. This episode felt so fake. That's what I was just about to say. It was really weird how the very first thing that June says in the first episode after Anna passes, the very first thing she says is, it's really tough because Alana and Anna share the same birthday. Now Alana has to continue life without her sister that she has the same birthday as. Like that's what you're thinking about? But I'm like, surely she said other things before that. And that maybe that's just what they played first, but they didn't do June any justice to play something like that first because it was just very weird to me. June also says that for Kylie and Kaitlyn, life hasn't been fair, that Anna should be there raising them, not them. June talks about all the people that she has lost. She's like, I lost my aunt, my uncle, grandparents, Sugar Bear's parents, and I took care of them. I've lost all of those people very close to me, but none of those losses compare to losing Anna. Yes, that was really wild. Yes, that thing, I was told a lot of that was fake. So I was, yes, yeah. Okay, so I don't even think that was a legit. The person that served those papers was not who actually served those papers, from my understanding. I don't think that was the same person. I think that was a dress up cop. Okay, because that was weird. They filmed those confessionals after the season wrapped. I thought they do. Yeah, they do. But no. They said this was 2 days after Anna passed. But normally they will film confessionals, yeah, at the end of the season. But the season was supposed to end already, but they came back with everything happening with Anna, from my understanding. But it said, and it could be lying, it said 2 days after Anna passed, and this picked up. But they also said some other dates that they've given has been wrong. And I know it just because I know the timeline of how things happen. June said that Anna lived with her for 3 weeks one day. When they were talking about the Christmas plans, the dates didn't add up because I was like, by that time, Anna was already living with June. So why? So it could just be that they are throwing out 2 days after Anna passed. And maybe it wasn't actually. This show is not, you know, it's not reality. Some of it is, obviously, Anna passing away, but a lot of it is not. Okay. So she talks about how she's lost a lot of people, but none of those people compare to her losing Anna, which I would have to imagine. The next day, they have Anna's funeral, and they actually showed video from the funeral. We see Alana doing a confessional. She says that they are respecting Anna's wishes by giving her a full funeral where people can come in and see her in her casket. And then after the services, Anna would be cremated. And like I said, yeah, we saw clips, and they even allowed, fans to come and be there for the services. Okay. So after that, we switch over, and Jessie is in a confessional. And Jessie says that it didn't really hit her that Anna had passed until Anna's funeral. She says that's when she felt like she finally realized, okay, Anna's gone. I will not be seeing her again. After that, we flip to Pumpkin in a confessional. She talks about how the grief of losing Anna has hit her like a ton of bricks. She says she will watch videos on her phone of when they were planning Anna's wedding, seeing Anna smile. She says it's been really hard no longer being able to hear Anna's voice. After that, the next day, and I'm so sorry, you guys, I mess with my hair. I get comments a lot like, don't mess with your hair. I'm so sorry. I see myself. So when my hair seems out of line, I got to straighten it. Look at yourself in the mirror for 10 minutes. And if your hair messes up when you move your shoulders, see if you don't fix it. You're going to fix it. Or maybe I just do. I don't know. But I've been getting comments again like, leave your hair alone. And I'm like, I'm going to have to shave it to do that. Like, I can't. Sorry. Anyways. All right. The day after the funeral, we're here at June and Justin's house. Justin is outside raking. I'm effing raking. Anyways, my team mom people, y'all know what I'm talking about. June goes outside to tell Justin that she is concerned about Kaitlyn, that Kaitlyn needs stability. Um, she's like, we need to enroll Kaitlyn in school. We need to be able to take her to the doctor. But we can't do that because Anna never signed the paperwork. Then in a confessional, June says, listen to this. In a confessional, she says, Anna wanted Eldridge to keep Kaitlyn. But me and Eldridge sat down and decided that because he works so much, it would be best for me to take Kaitlyn in. My source has told me that conversation did not happen. My source has told me like that's not really what happened. That June just kind of like ran with everything. Like a conversation between Eldridge and June wasn't like, hey, I work too much. Can you just keep her? Yes, I'll do that. It was like she just did it. She just went file for custody and then afterwards told Eldridge, well, you work too much anyway, so I'm just going to keep her. That's what I'm being told. Okay. After that, June tells Justin that's why she needs to hire an attorney so they can start getting custody of Kaitlyn. June says in a confessional that she has been hearing throughout town that Kylie's dad was wanting custody of Kaitlyn. She then says the girls lost a lot. And even though they would be living in separate households, that her and Michael could be working together so the kids could see each other more. And I'm like, I don't think you heard through like the grapevine. I think like right after Anna passed, Michael was like, okay, so when am I going to get Kaitlyn too? Like, what are we going to do about Kaitlyn? Like, when will she come home? And I was like, what? Nope, I'm keeping her. And it was like, wait, but she needs to be with her. I think it was more along the lines of that, like, because it was like an understanding that like he would get Kaitlyn. Um, Either way. Yeah, so she's like, it sucks, they've lost a lot, even though they're gonna be living in separate households. We could be working together so they could see each other. But I'm like, who started bashing who though? Michael has been silent on social media. You and Pumpkin were literally live on TikTok like 2 weeks after Anna passed away, bashing Michael. So why would Michael want to work with you guys to try like? I mean, you guys were bashing him. You have made comments about him being abusive, about him doing drugs, and all kinds of things. And you have no like proof of this. So I don't know if I want to work with you either, especially if like because there are lawyers involved. Lawyers are going to give you advice, like, "Hey, don't do that." Like how they asked June is like, "We've asked to see Kylie. We've asked to see Kylie." June, I don't think you have. I think Justin did once, and I think Pumpkin did like twice. And never was it, no, y'all can't. It was she can't go stay the night. Let's do this together. And that was it. So it was because Michael didn't allow y'all to get Kylie and do what y'all wanted with Kylie. Y'all didn't respond. Um, I don't think there's going to be much proof through text that she reached out to Michael to get the girls together. Or let me say this. I know that Pumpkin reached out and was like, "Hey, Ella wants Kaitlyn to come spend the night," and he said, "Well, I don't think spending the night is a good idea. How about we take them to like the bowling alley or to the movies or to the skate ring or something like that?" And Pumpkin was like, I'll let Ella know, and never responded. So he's tried. What are the odds that Michael gets full custody of Kaitlyn? I've seen a lot of people saying like there's no possibility, but in Georgia there is something called the Equitable Caregiver Act, which is a law that allows people that have invested in a minor, like financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, if they have invested in them, taken care of them, and then that minor's parents pass away, that person who can prove that they have been taking care of this minor actually has the ability to get custody of the child, even though there's no relationship. So I've seen people saying like, "Oh, he's not blood related. He has no." Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Um, okay, so June says that Anna wanted Kaitlyn to stay with her, but listen to this. So 5 seconds ago, June says Anna wanted Eldridge to keep Kaitlyn, but me and Eldridge come to an agreement that because he works so much, I'll keep him. I'll keep her. Then 5 minutes later, in another confessional, she says Anna wanted Kaitlyn to stay with her biological family. Well, Eldridge is not her biological family. So, sorry, y'all, my phone's going off, and I gotta check it. So yeah, it's crazy. If you watch the episodes, you see June like saying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she wanted Eldridge to keep her, but Eldridge decided to no because of work. Oh, she wanted biological family to keep her. Like you're saying different things. Okay. So she's like, yep, Anna wanted Kaitlyn to stay with her biological family. So I'm gonna fight for her, even if it's to my last breath. I'm gonna fight to make sure I honor Anna's wishes. All right then. Okay, let's listen. I got something we're gonna play. Okay, we're gonna play a clip real quick.
Or are you having second thoughts about it?
I mean, I'm not having no second thoughts. I want Kaitlyn to go to Eldridge.
Okay, I'm not having no second thoughts. I want Kaitlyn to go with Eldridge to Eldridge. Eldridge is not her biological family. So, all right. Back at June's house, she is telling Justin that she would like the legal paperwork to say that Kaitlyn is in the custody of June Shannon. Justin is confused, and she's like, "What about me?" Let me go back. Yeah, Justin's like, "Well, what about me?" June basically tells him that it has to be her. She has to be the one to take care of Kaitlyn, and she feels like the paperwork should be in her name and her name only. Justin then tells her that they are married, and he should be on the paperwork too. He's like, "Hey, I'm invested in this relationship. If she's here, I'll be, I'm taking care of her too, so I should be on the paperwork." June tells Justin that he can help, but as far as being on any paperwork, she did not see a reason for that. Justin says it seems like he is only allowed to be as involved as June allows him to be. He says it seems like it's all June's way. Then in a confessional, Justin says it bothers him that June doesn't want him on any paperwork because they are a team, and raising a kid won't be easy. Justin talks about how he lost his kids due to his addiction, and even now being clean and sober, he has to work really hard at mending those relationships. Not to like low blow Justin, but I was told that he don't have a relationship with his kids at all. Like that, yes, he is clean and sober, and that's great, but he doesn't, like he said, like I have to work every day on mending those relationships. Well, maybe he's still working on like his part of it and not like actually reaching out to them yet. Maybe he's getting to a point where he feels like he can't. I don't know, but there's no relationship there from what I was told. So yeah, June tells Justin, she's like, all I'm going to need from you is a ride to talk to the lawyer tomorrow. That's it. Justin is shocked. He's like, what the what? All right. So the next day they go to meet the lawyer. June says that she has used this lawyer on a previous case, and when she contacted the lawyer and told the lawyer what's going on, the lawyer was like, "You need to get in with me ASAP so we can get the ball rolling." All right. So the lawyer asked June what's going on. June tells the lawyer that her daughter Anna passed away, but Anna did not sign guardianship papers concerning her oldest daughter, Kaitlyn. June tells the lawyer that even before all this went, now listen to this. Listen to this. June says, even before all this went on, Kaitlyn would tell me that she wanted to live with her biological family if anything happened. So now it's Kaitlyn that said she wanted to live with her biological family. It's not Anna saying that. Hmm. Also, how many like 11-year-olds do you know that even though their mom got cancer, they're like, yeah, if my mom dies, I want to live with my biological family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see, I don't know. I don't know. Like, kids are usually in denial about it as well, and they don't really understand. So I don't know if I see Kaitlyn saying that, but whatever. I just find it ironic that it went from Anna saying it to now when she's talking to the lawyer, it's Kaitlyn said it. Okay. I'm calling BS either way. The lawyer asked about Kaitlyn's dad, and June lies again, in my opinion. So, June tells the lawyer that Kaitlyn's biological dad is unknown and that they tested 5 or 6 men. Okay, Anna was 16 when she got pregnant. Mm-hmm. She had been dating Caleb for like a year or two. Now, she did cheat on Caleb, and she told Caleb about it. But Anna still seemed sure that Kaitlyn belonged to Caleb. Now, it was after she got pregnant. She told Caleb about what happened. They stayed together. She moved back in with June for the purpose of filming Here Comes Honey Boo Boo because June was going to buy her a trailer. Her plan was when she got the trailer, her and Caleb and the baby move in the trailer. But when she moved back in with June, which was not as close to Caleb's as she was when she lived with her grandmother, Sandra, her and Caleb did not want to film. He wanted nothing to do with it. And they wanted him to film. When she moved back home, like June and everybody wanted him to film, and he did not want to film. So they ended up breaking up, her and Caleb. Now, here's the thing. Months before Anna passed away, she was talking about Caleb's dad on TikTok. She's talked about Caleb's biological dad as well as Caleb's daddy. When she talked about, Kaitlyn's daddy. When she talked about Kaitlyn's daddy, it was Michael Cardwell. That I heard Anna say on lives. Michael is their dad. Michael is Kaitlyn and Kylie's dad, always has been, always will be. Now, when she talked about Kaitlyn's biological dad, it was Caleb. That's who she was talking about. Caleb even did an interview with like Radar Online years ago. I would have to dig it up. I've read it a while back, but it's there. So let me get back to my notes. Okay, on the TikTok that she did like not long before she passed away, probably about 3 months, maybe, somebody asked about Kaitlyn's biological father, and she said he has a life of his own, other children. He's never tried to be a part of our life. I've never pushed it, and I don't want to disrupt his life. And she left it at that. Now, Caleb was at the hospital when Kaitlyn was born. Him and his mom were there, but they left right before the camera showed up. I've watched Anna on live before talk too much about the possibility of there being 5 or 6 men. I think I would know that 5 or 6 or 7. I would have heard that. Also, I've talked to too many people that know Anna that was mind blown that June would say this because they were like, that is not true. So where are all these men? Where were they tested? Who tested them? Where's the test at? Who did it? Who paid for it? I don't believe it. I think you did that for a storyline, and that's disgusting. Now, okay. Did we already go over that? All right. We're going to do a little body language on this clip because we're going to watch the clip where they talk about having 5 or 6 men tested. We're going to watch that, and we're going to do a little body language analysis on it. So Caleb, he was contacted, and he signed some documents basically stating that he thinks Michael should have custody of Kaitlyn. All right, now let's watch this.
Kaitlyn's father is who?
Non-existent. Which
She said non-existent. We're aliens or unicorns. She's got to have a dad. She said non-existent. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to play it and then I'm going to, never mind. Let's just play the whole thing. Hold on. I'm scatterbrained today, you guys. I'm sorry.
Is who?
Non-existent. We tested like quite a few, like 5 or 6 men to be honest. Tested like quite a few, like 5 or 6 men to be honest.
So her actual biological father is unknown.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, picked my phone up and it just got away from me.
Is who?
Okay, so all right. I think June saying when she said Kaitlyn's father is who? June said non-existent. Now, most people would think, yeah, whatever, but I think there was a reason she said that. June knows how babies are born, right? So saying her father is non-existent when she knows he exists, I don't think she is saying that because she wants to distance a father from Kaitlyn, like at all costs. Like if she was to say, if she would have been asked, so Kaitlyn's dad is who? Well, a man named Caleb, but he's never had anything to do with her, and like he never came around. Well, then people would start digging into Caleb. Well, why not? He should have a chance. Let's get Caleb. Let's see if he wants custody of Kaitlyn. I feel like once the show aired, people would be calling for that. I think people would even be saying, I'd rather Caleb, who's never met her, well, met her once, raise her before June Shannon, who can't take care of kids. So I think June purposely said non-existent to not put a name or even a possibility there for people to latch onto. Because if it's non-existent, it's just her, then it's just her, right? So I think there was a reason she did that. I mean, I might be wrong, and I might be thinking way too in depth about that. But I just thought, like psychologically, like is she trying to distance a father from Kaitlyn completely so people don't latch onto that, or did she just say that? I don't know. That's probably too much for June to do. Maybe it was just she said it, but either way, I thought that was a possibility that she purposely said non-existent because in her world, she does not want a father to exist for Kaitlyn because she wants Kaitlyn. Okay. Also, in that little clip, June was unable to maintain a normal speech pattern. Now, this could be a sign that June lacks confidence in what she's saying. Let's listen to it again.
Father is who?
Non-existent. We tested like quite a few, like 5 or 6 men to be honest. Tested like quite a few, like 5 or 6 men to be honest.
So her speech was it wasn't fluent. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 or 6 men, to be honest. So that could be because she lacks confidence in what she's saying. Then she did a half shoulder shrug. A raised shoulder can have multiple meanings: lack of confidence, deception, or it could just mean they're not committed to what they're saying, especially if it's like one side. So lack of confidence. So if a slow rise of one shoulder while answering a question, if they do it slowly and it's while they're answering a question, which is what she did, it can indicate that the person may not fully support what they are saying. If they do one shoulder rises higher than the other one, which it kind of did look like they kind of both went up, one went up a little bit higher, that can be a sign of deception. This is because deception can involve a disconnect between nonverbal and verbal cues. So either way, one went up higher than the other one. So either she's not committed to what she's saying, or she lacks confidence in what she's saying, or there's a little deception there when she says, what does she say at that exact moment?
Like 5 or 6 men to be honest.
So her actual.
Well, she said that they tested 5 or 6 men, to be honest. So definitely some signs of, at minimum, she's not committed to what she's saying because she knows it's not true, in my opinion. Now let's watch the end here, because at the end, when the lawyer says Kaitlyn's dad is unknown, June closes her eyes, shakes her head, and says, correct. Now she did an eye block here. So an eye block is when you close your eyes, but you block your eyes or you close your eyes with a long blink, like a long drawn out blink. So eye blocking is nonverbal behavior that can indicate a range of emotions such as discomfort, disagreement, or reluctance. So let's watch when she does that. She says yes, but she does that eye block. by closing her eyes.
biological father is unknown.
Correct.
Okay.
That's because she knew that Kaitlyn's dad is known. Correct. Now, if I'm telling you guys something, like you have 6 kids, yes, not yes, yes, I have 6 kids. Yes, I have 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, to think about yourself asking a question and being honest about it, I feel like you're going to keep your eyes open. If you close them in an eye blocking way, long drawn out blink, more than likely it's going to look like you're not being honest. All right, so let's continue. All right, so the lawyer says that Kaitlyn has no custodian right now in the eyes of the law. June says, yes, that's right. She then tells the lawyer that she pretty much raised Kaitlyn for the first 4 or 5 years of her life, which is hilarious. That's wild because there is so much evidence out there that Anna moved to Alabama with Kaitlyn when she was little and did not come back until she was like, I think 5, maybe. So how are you going to have evidence when on Instagram there's evidence of her living with Michael? There's videos of Anna and Michael and Kaitlyn laying in the bed with Michael on the phone and Kaitlyn, crawling around Michael when she, like, that's wild. Anyways, I'm like, does June really think this herself? Like, has June convinced herself that she raised Kaitlyn from 4 to 5? Because that's wild. I think she has. June then brings up Kylie and her dad, Michael, telling the lawyer that Michael was in and out of Kaitlyn's life, and she worries he will try to fight for custody. The lawyer then tells them that if Michael is going to fight for custody, they have to be prepared. She then looks at Justin and she's like, so is there anything that could come out about you? I need to know. June says, well, I don't think the public knows this, but, and then the lawyer stops June and says, let's move on to another question. June was about to tell us something about Justin that we might not know. But I'm like, the lawyer stopped her real quick. So the lawyer's even concerned, like, you know what? It's not something that needs to go on TV. Like, we'll talk about that when the cameras aren't here. So the lawyer then asks June, she's like, or she talks to June. She's like, so everyone saw your arrest back in 2019. We have to make sure that everything related to your arrest is taken care of. June tells the lawyer that she has been sober for 4 years, that she went to rehab, and she has a letter of completion for rehab. The lawyer says, great job. And she's like, it looks like we could probably get an emergency order in place to give June the ability to put Kaitlyn in school. You are her maternal grandmother, so I don't think that will be a problem. The lawyer then says, Kaitlyn should not be forced to be in a situation she is uncomfortable with, especially after losing her mom. And I'm like, how do you know she's going to be uncomfortable? Like, what? You don't know her well enough to know what's going to make her uncomfortable. Living with someone that she's known like 3 years out of her entire life, or living with her sister and the man that has raised her since she was like 8 months old. I don't know. A house where there's stability and normalcy, or a house where there's yelling and screaming and always on TikTok and like, what really, like, as a lawyer, I don't know. Like, if anybody really like looked into June Shannon in her life and the fact that she didn't raise any of her other kids, I would feel like more than my as an attorney, I don't think, of course you would want them to be comfortable, but more than them being comfortable, you would want them to be safe. And you would want them to live in a house where they have the best chance of growing up into a normal, happy person. Do we think she has that with June? I don't know. So I don't think I was like too impressed with the lawyer to bring up her being comfortable. Like, her mom died. Is she going to be comfortable right now? Probably not. But I think the most place she would be comfortable is with the man that she calls dad, in my opinion. Now, a few days later, June's lawyer filed for emergency custody of Kaitlyn. The judge granted that request. Sorry. And the only reason it was granted is because, in my opinion, June lied on the court paperwork saying that there was nobody else. I just thought of something. You guys. In June's paperwork, she said that there's nobody else that would be interested in getting custody of Kaitlyn. But when she met with the lawyer before they filed the paperwork, she told the lawyer that somebody else would be interested, that Michael would. So that tells you there that June knew for sure that Michael would be interested. And June and her attorney lied in the paperwork to say, oh, yeah, nobody else would be interested. They put what was needed to be said in that paperwork, that June is her maternal grandmother, that she's been living with June, that she lived with June before Anna passed away, and she don't have a dad, and nobody else is going to be interested in having custody of this child, so she should automatically go to June. That show just proves that they lied. Idiots. I'm just picking. Kind of. I'm like, don't film our meetings because we don't want to get caught up in a lie. Anyways, all right. We hop over to Pumpkin's house. Are we going to? Yes. She is sitting at the table looking at her phone. She is looking for something to put Anna's cremains in. In a confessional, Josh says that Pumpkin has been really down and out. He says he's never seen Pumpkin like this. He says through all the things that Pumpkin has had to deal with in her life, like all the stuff with her mom, raising Alana, she's always been tough and been able to get through it. But losing Anna has really had her down. Josh moves on over into the kitchen to sit with Pumpkin, and they get to talking about how fast things can happen and how life can change so quickly. Pumpkin says in a confessional that Anna's passing and not having her affairs in order has really opened everyone's eyes to how difficult things can get in cases where kids are involved. She says she does not want to ever have to worry about something if something happened to her or Josh, as far as what would happen with their kids. We flip back to the table. Pumpkin and Josh are talking about the fact that they don't have a will. Pumpkin's like, we don't have a will. So what happens if something happens to us? She says, what happens with our kids? They go to my mother? She says, we don't want that. And I'm like, but Anna did? But y'all really think Anna did? Nobody, none of the other children. If something happened to Alana and Draylon, they wouldn't want their puppy to go to June. Okay? Cheyenne and Jessica wouldn't want, what's the cat's name? I know they got Harper. They wouldn't want Harper and the cat to go to June. But everybody's going to stand behind and rally against June with this court case, even though they know they wouldn't want their child with June. Either way, she says she would rather them have something set in stone through a will. So if something happens to the kids, so if something happens to them, the kids will be taken care of. Josh gets really emotional. He tells Pumpkin that he knows that they need to get things in order, but it's just a lot to deal with. Then in a confessional, Josh says Anna dying at 29 was eye-opening. It makes him feel like something could happen at any time, so it's important for him and Pumpkin to get their affairs in order. The next day, June and Justin take Kaitlyn shopping for clothes. Justin and June are kind of on Kaitlyn about being sensible, not spending too much. Justin at one time says, you have expensive taste like your Gigi, and Gigi acts offended. Anyways, in the store, they kind of make this storyline about Kaitlyn wanting clothes that are too revealing, which is so crazy because Kaitlyn never really said, I want that. June was like, what about this? And she's like, oh, no, I'll be like the biggest school nerd. She never said, I want this, and it was anything revealing. She was just looking. And Justin's like, well, what about this? And June's like, plunging neckline. No, she can't be dressing like that. Like, Kaitlyn, you're too young to dress like that. So they make this whole storyline about Kaitlyn wanting to wear clothes that are too revealing, even though she never asked for anything that was too revealing. Hazel, the cat's name is Hazel. Cheyenne and Jessica would not want June to have Hazel if something happened to them. So why would anybody think that? Anyways, thank you, Sunflower Queen. So, yeah, they kind of make the storyline about Kaitlyn wanting clothes that are too revealing, and June's like, I'm not going to allow that to happen. Let's see. June trying to come off as super concerned with the clothes and wanting Kaitlyn to wear clothes that Kaitlyn said would make her look like the biggest school nerd. Kaitlyn and Justin were being more sensible about the clothes. So Kaitlyn and Justin found this cute little jacket, and they're like, see, that's cute. And I thought that was like right up her alley. First off, I've seen Kaitlyn wear this since they bought it. She's worn it on like some TikTok lives or whatever. So I've seen it on her, and I thought it was cute. But June's like, that's a crop top. She can't wear that. And they're like, it's a jacket. So Kaitlyn tried the jacket on, proved that it was a jacket. It wasn't a crop top. That seemed to irritate June, leading June to tell Justin that her as Gigi was a lot more lenient, but her as Mama Gigi had to be more stern because she was a teen mom, Anna was a teen mom, Pumpkin was a teen mom, so she needs to break that cycle. Justin tells June that she is worrying about the wrong things. That she wasn't the best mother to her kids, so she can't raise Kaitlyn the way she raised her kids because that wasn't the right way. He says it's going to take both of us being patient with Kaitlyn and with each other for us, and we're going to have to go on the same page, right? Anyways, so the next day, they are taking Kaitlyn to school in front of a flower shop. She's not excited. They ask her, they're like, are you excited for your first day of school? She's like, no. And she says, Justin, why couldn't you just let me stay home? He's like, yeah, no. Later that evening, after school, June asks Kaitlyn how was her first day. She says, terrible. June asks her if she likes her new school better than her old school. And she's like, I don't like either. She then tells June, she's like, I'm hungry. And June tells her that she should have ate what she cooked for supper. She's like, I know you like what I cooked for supper because I cooked the same type of stuff that your mama cooked. Kaitlyn then tells June that she uses too many spices. She's like, my mama didn't use all those spices. You use way too many spices. June then tells Kaitlyn that she needs to learn how to eat what they cook. And she says, and go ahead and go take a bath. She's like, you need to learn how to eat what we cook. You need to go take a bath and get ready for bed. Kaitlyn told June, she's like, but I had a bath last night. Isn't that every kid? I had a bath last night. And they're like, it doesn't matter. You have to take a bath every night. Kaitlyn then brings up how things were living at Gigi's house when her mom was still alive. She was like, but when it was Mama here, y'all didn't make me take a bath every night. And y'all let me stay up every night. And June explains to Kaitlyn that when Anna was alive, Anna was the one that had the say-so over Kaitlyn. She was like, when your mom was here, your mom was the boss. But like now that she's not here, like I have to tell you what to do. And you need to go take a bath. So June tells her, she's like, get up, get your pillow, your blanket, go take a shower and go to bed. So Kaitlyn gets up, she gets her blanket. As she's walking through to the bedroom, she asks Justin, she's like, if I do all this, can we watch a little TV and eat some ice cream before I have to go to bed? And Justin's like, if you do everything you're supposed to do, we'll watch a little TV and eat a little ice cream. June was not happy about that. June starts yelling, she ain't getting no ice cream. She didn't even eat supper. Justin tells June, well, I she ain't ate at all today. She's ate food today. June says, don't listen to him, Kaitlyn. I just told you to go to bed. So after that, after Kaitlyn walks out, June and Justin have a bit of an argument. June is saying that Kaitlyn needs structure, and he is giving in to her too much. June says Kaitlyn knows that she will get her way if she goes to Justin. Justin says that's not true, but he feels that it's give and take. He says by agreeing to let her watch a little TV and eat some ice cream before bed, he was able to get her to clean her room and take a shower. June says life for Kaitlyn has been chaotic, so she needs routine. Justin says he knows that, but it's not going to happen overnight. Then in a confessional, Justin says that June's way of parenting is rah, rah, rah. I think he means yelling. And I'm like, play that in court. Anyways, listen, everybody yells at their kids a little bit. I'm just saying. Anyways, he says yelling doesn't do anything for Kaitlyn. He says you have to show Kaitlyn if you do certain things, you get rewarded. We hop back over to Pumpkin's house. She is laid up on the couch. All the kids are playing around, look like they're having a good old time. Josh says that Pumpkin, in a confessional, maybe not, maybe, yep, Josh says in a confessional that Pumpkin is still in a funk since Anna passed, and he doesn't know what to do, so he has to call in a reinforcement. Josh calls Jessie and asks Jessie if she could come over to get Pumpkin off the couch. Back at June's, they have taken Kaitlyn to get more school clothes. Listen to this. So they get out of the car, and June's like, Kaitlyn, get all your clothes. And Kaitlyn's like, help me, Gigi. And she's like, no, you wanted all those clothes, you can carry them in. So she did. She carried them in. If I was Kaitlyn, next time they went grocery shopping, I wouldn't pick out a damn thing. And whenever we got home, I'd be like, you wanted all of them, Gigi, tote them in. Because she ain't gonna tote nothing in. Another thing that I saw that was funny, June even said, like, I don't even buy clothes. I have them delivered. Like, I don't go out and buy clothes. I have them delivered. Somebody was like, dang, June's so lazy. She won't even go out shopping. She has to have the clothes, like, delivered to the door. It is only 3 bags, so it's not that much. She got them, though. She got them. I was like, dang, Gigi. So, once they get inside, maybe not. Oh, in a confessional, June is complaining about how expensive kids are. You only have one. Anyways, never mind. I'm not even going to go there. Once they get inside, they sit down. June and Justin start talking about Kaitlyn and her shopping. June says Kaitlyn needs to understand that you don't just spend. She tells Justin that he keeps giving in to her and he keeps allowing Kaitlyn to get what she wants. He's like, no, I don't. And she's like, every day you let her eat ice cream. He's like, yeah, every day. She does get ice cream every day. He's like, she's a kid. I let her eat a little ice cream. In a confessional, maybe? In a confessional, back it up. June says Justin and Kaitlyn need to get their crap together and learn that it's going to be June's way. That's what she said. She said, Justin and Kaitlyn need to get their shit together and learn that it's going to be June's way. And I'm like, you are talking about your grandchild who just lost her mom weeks prior and she needs to get her crap together? What? Anyways, back at the house, Justin tells June that she needs to have a little sympathy for what Kaitlyn is going through. June interrupts him and says, I understand she lost her mom, but we all lost Anna. And I'm like, that tells me there that she really don't have any idea. Like, yeah, everybody lost Anna, but she is a child who lost her mother. There's a difference. The fact that she said that, I'm like, that speaks volumes to me. But she's like, I understand she lost her mom, but we all lost Anna. So Justin says, no, she didn't lose just her mother. Her entire life has been flipped upside down. June then says, what Kaitlyn needs is normalcy. Justin tells June that she just wants them to listen to her and only her, and for things to be all June's way. In a confessional, Justin says it's been hard for him to deal with the fact that June didn't want to put him on the custody paperwork, or that she didn't put him on the custody paperwork, and that she's told Kaitlyn that she didn't even have to listen to him. He said it makes him question if she wants to raise Kaitlyn by herself. He said at this point he feels like he's there because it's more convenient for June, because he can drive her around. He can do this for June. He can do that for June, but he's got no say-so. One thing that I forgot to bring up a while ago, but I'm going to bring up now. Honestly, I think if June would have put Justin on the paperwork, she would have had more of a chance of getting custody. You know, Justin does have a record, and I think he's like a convicted felon, and he don't have custody of his own kids, but June physically cannot take care of Kaitlyn. And that's what she's asking. June is asking for custody, just her. Not her and Justin. So I think she may have the judge is going to take these things into account, I would imagine. Like, you are the only one that's going to have custody of her. You can't drive. You're blind as a bat. Like, how are you going to raise this child? I'm wondering if it would have been better for June to add Justin. I don't know. I thought that may have I'm like, oh, that might have messed you up to just be you because you physically can't take care of her. We flip back at the house. Justin tells June that she told Kaitlyn. He's like, you told Kaitlyn she didn't have to listen to me. He said, I'm the one doing everything for her. He says, you cook one meal and you act all high and mighty, like you've actually done something. June then says, that's not all I do. And Justin asked, who washes the clothes? Who folds the clothes? Who takes kids to school? Who picks kids up? How about you start doing it? Stop lying in bed until noon every day. And I'm like, knew it, knew it, knew it. I said that. I was told that. I was told that June stayed up half the night and slept half the day. So I'm like, who's tending to Kaitlyn? Which, this might sound, I'm not trying to put this on Justin, but like, June, you already had one boyfriend that molested your child because you were working nights, leaving that boyfriend home alone with said child. And I don't think Justin is this way, but if you're staying up all night and sleeping all day, and Justin is the one having to do everything for Kaitlyn, I don't think Justin is this way at all. But I'm just saying, what if Justin was like Mark McDaniel? You're sleeping all day. Oh, thank you, Kelly and Chaos. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm like, if I had a child that my boyfriend had did something like that to, first off, I would never leave another boyfriend alone with any of my children again. I would be like Velcro. You stuck to me. You know what I'm saying? So him saying, like you sleep till noon every day. He even tells her, he says, get off. He says, get your effing ass up out of the bed. And then he tells her, you don't do anything. I'm like, oh, he is going off. He says, you can't sit here and just expect everything to be your way. It has to be mutual. June literally tells Justin that if he is so unhappy, then the door opens the same way it did when he walked in it. He can walk right back out. And I'm like, whoop. And he says, that's your answer for everything. That's what you always say. Then in a confessional, June says that Justin has packed up and left before, and that she begged him to stay when he did that. She said, but she's not going to beg him anymore. That if Justin isn't happy with her, then he can go somewhere else and be happy. Back at the house, June tells Justin if he's so unhappy, then he can leave. Remember, little Kaitlyn is one sheetrock wall away, so she can hear all this because they're loud. So I'm like, y'all know she hears all this. Now, Justin tells June that he is trying to tell her how he feels. June says, well, I don't want to keep someone here if they're not happy being here. And she says, as much as I love you, and Justin interrupts and says, you don't love me. I'm sick of doing everything for you and being treated like June's little assistant just for you to go tell everyone that what I say don't even matter. Yeah, I like this Red Bull. June says, she's like, I have sacrificed a lot for everyone. She says, Justin, you need to admit that you're a part of the problem too. Justin tells June, he says, I don't see any sacrifices that you made for anyone other than yourself. He says he isn't claiming to be perfect, but June doesn't sacrifice for no one. And she doesn't appreciate what he does for her. I'm like, I know. Justin sees who she really is. Justin sees it. June says she is tired of bowing down to him because he does things for her. That makes Justin really mad. And she's like, I'm tired of bowing down to you just because you do things for me. He gets mad. And he's like, if anybody is the one bowing down, it's me. He's like, I'm the one bowing down to you. She asked Justin how many times has she asked him to go to counseling. Oh, and that really ticks him off. Justin says, F you and your counseling. He says, I'm not going to invest time into someone that thinks she's above everyone else. And you know what I kind of thought about that? Like, she's June. They go to counseling. She's June. Is it possible, like, the therapist may be more on June's side because she's June? I don't know. I'd be kind of scared to go to counseling with somebody that is, like, well-known because I'm going to be like, do they know them? Are they going to, like, side with them more than me because they may know them? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she acknowledged last episode that Justin was Anna's, yes, she did. She sure did. All right, so June laughs when he says that. So Justin gets up, walks away, and as June's laughing, he says, it's not funny, June. Walks out, slams the door, and June flips off the camera. That was a weird stare down. I'm like, It's the eyelashes, I think. It made her look evil. I'm like, June, that's scary. I think it's the lashes. It almost made her look drunk. You know what I'm saying? Was that like a weird thing to y'all? Like the look? I don't know. It was heavy. I don't know. I know, real mature, June. Real mature. Anyways, that's like probably what our kids do. You know, like we're like, go to your room. You didn't do what I asked. Now go to your room. And the kids like walking there, something they're like, Mama. You know what I'm saying? Not a 50-year-old woman to her husband. That's so wild. Anyways, we jump back over to Pumpkin's house. She is still on the couch. Jessica gets there. This is so funny because Jessie walks in and she's like, so, like, how long you been laying on the couch? How long has it been since you brushed Ella's hair? And Ella even says, girl, we ain't going nowhere. Listen, you know, COVID, I don't know how long. Maybe we didn't brush hairs. I don't know. So I'm not knocking them. But I thought it was so funny that Ella was even like, girl, we ain't going nowhere. I'm going to brush my hair. But Jessie came over to kind of help Pumpkin get out of this funk. So she brought some I was gonna say pumpkin pie, but it was cake. She brought the stuff to make a cake. So they all got up, went to the kitchen to start making the cake. So they put the cake together, put it in the oven, and then after that, they moved to the table to talk. So Jessica tells Pumpkin that Anna would not want her sitting around being sad. Jessica asks Pumpkin, WWAD. And Pumpkin says, what would Anna do? And Jessie says, yes. Anna would tell you to get off your fat ass and do something. And I was like, probably so. She probably would. That tickles Pumpkin a little bit. She laughs, you know. She's like, yeah, probably so. After that, Jessica asked Pumpkin if there's anything that Pumpkin has done lately that she likes. Pumpkin's like, well, recently I went live on TikTok with this lady who was selling these pins, and it was really cool because like all of the fans like hopped on the live, and I was able to interact with the fans and help this girl sell a bunch of pins, and that was really cool. And Jessica's like, yeah, that sounds really cool. I mean, maybe you could get into something like that. Back here. Pumpkin said it would be cool to have an online store where you bring the fans Temu products for a Chanel price. That's not what she said. She said it would be cool to have an online store where you bring the fans high quality products at a reasonable price. That's what she said. My bad. This is going to lead to the sister's closet. We all know that. After that, we jump back over to June's house, and she is playing in her phone. But one thing that I noticed with June's phone is earlier in the episode, she had a different phone case. I don't know. So, do you spend money? Anyways, a bunch of different phone cases. Like every time I look at you got a different phone case. Anyways, we jump back over to June's. She's sitting in the living room. She was looking at her phone. She's like, nothing's on the internet to read. Nothing's on TV to watch. Justin walks in and he's like, well, where's Kaitlyn? What's Kaitlyn doing? And June's like, oh, Kaitlyn's in the bedroom doing her homework. Justin was over there by the couch. And he's like, well, call me stupid, but I think to do your homework, you need your book bag because her book bag was sitting right by the door. So June yells for Kaitlyn. And Kaitlyn walks in. June's like, so how's your homework going? Kaitlyn's like, oh, 1 + 1 is 4. I've learned that much. It's going good. June tells Kaitlyn, she's like, I've given you an hour and a half to do your homework. And the whole time, you didn't even have your backpack. So now you're going to sit in the living room and you're going to do your homework and Justin's going to sit beside you and help you. And I'm like, she just volunteered Justin. She didn't say, because you lied to me, you're going to sit beside me and I'm going to help you. She said, Justin's going to do it. Justin didn't have a problem with it. So Justin and Kaitlyn sit down and they start to study. Justin asked June if she would go into the kitchen and make them a snack. So June goes into the kitchen. Justin is talking to Kaitlyn about her notes. When all of a sudden, we hear a knock on the door. Justin looks outside to see that it is a cop out there. He tells June, he's like, June, there's a cop outside. And June's reaction is, what the hell did you do, Justin? He's like, June, really? Come open the door. June's like, I ain't opening the door. He's like, June, open the door. So June goes and opens the door. And it's the rent-a-cop here who serves her paperwork. He's like, June Shannon? She's like, yep. What is this about? He don't answer her. After a minute, he says, "You've just been served." And she's like, "What is this about?" He says, "Have a good day, ma'am." Walks off, and she looks at the paperwork, and she's like, "Ugh." And the show ends. And that is going to be the paperwork from Michael Cardwell, Anna Cardwell's ex-husband, who was filing for custody of Kaitlyn. That's what I'm imagining. I saw a lot of people that was like, "I hope Alana's suing her," and I'm like, "No, I think it's the custody. I think it's the custody. I think that's what it is. I don't think nobody's suing. Well, outside of Michael, he's suing for custody." But I did see a lot of people that's like, "I hope that's Alana and Pumpkin suing her for the money she stole," and I'm like, I wish. Um, I was concerned the show might make June look like the mother of the year with Kaitlyn. Instead of doing a good job showing June doesn't really watch Kaitlyn that well. It really is. And you know what? I was talking to someone the other day, um, and we were talking about this because it's one of my sources. And I was like, I actually think that there's somebody in production that like has a heart and knows that Kaitlyn doesn't need to be there with June, and that's why they put certain things on the show. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're gonna slide this in there. That way the public sees this. We're gonna make sure we air this. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so the public can see like who June really is. It's not illegal to take your kids' money in Georgia, unfortunately. Now we're gonna hear them talking all kind of crap about Michael in front of Kaitlyn. I would imagine. I'm sure. Um, and what I can say again is all of my sources have said Michael has done right by Kaitlyn and Kylie, and that even Anna trusted him so much that she allowed not just Kylie, but Kaitlyn to go as well. Caitlin and Kylie went every other week. Like, he was their dad. Anna has said that. Like, he is their dad. Always has been, always will be. So, I don't know Michael well enough to know, if he's perfect. Nobody is. But when you put anybody up to June Shannon almost, I mean, if they ain't got a record and they've raised their kids or they're raising their kids, then who's here was yelled at by June in one of the TikTok lives? I was. I was yelled at. So I'm like, he doesn't have a record. He's had the same job for several years. Even when him and Anna got a divorce, it was amicable. They used the same attorney. He gave Anna money to get back down here, and to have money to help her live for a few months. Like, he gave her like all the money he had. That's why he couldn't come down here to see the girls for like 2 months or 3 months, because he had to work to make more money. I don't think that would happen in Wales. Honestly, I'm worried if Michael gets Kaitlyn, she will never see Anna's side of the family. I don't think that would happen. The people that I've talked to have said that, like, they don't think that would happen, that he would work with them so they could see the kids. I've seen that too, Blood Moon. I've seen that too. I wonder what the courts are going to say about these clips. Do you think both Michael and June are going to use these clips to show us evidence? So it will either be ruled that they can or they can't. So right now, they don't know if they can use clips from the show. The judge will have to make a ruling on that. I just heard something outside. But if they can, there's a lot of clips that could hurt June. A lot. So I don't know if June wants that, because, I mean, if they're allowed to use clips, they can bring back clips from, when she stole the money from Pumpkin and June. Even the clip of Pumpkin saying, who do I want to raise my kids in the event that I die? My mother? I don't think so. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would be good. So they've seen Kylie 3 times since Anna's passed. So they've seen Kylie at the funeral. Let's see. Where else did they see her? Is my nose ringing? Okay, so they've seen her 3 times. And the last time wasn't because June invited her to the event. Hospice did like maybe a balloon release for patients that had passed that year. And word got around, that they were doing on behalf of Anna as well. So they made sure that Kylie got there, but it wasn't because June invited them. That she could have. She could have reached out and said, "Hey, we're doing this. Y'all can come." But I don't think she did. I think they heard it through the grapevine and just made sure Kylie was there. June didn't graduate school. She may have gotten her GED, I think she said on one of the episodes. Right. Even Pumpkin says she didn't want June raising her kids if something happens to her and Josh. That tells you something. And you know what else could be very useful for Michael is when Pumpkin filed for custody of Alana. Those court documents I think they would really help. Because when Pumpkin filed for custody, they filed paperwork for visitation. And Alana wrote a statement saying, if I am made to visit my mom, I want it to be supervised by my sister Pumpkin because I don't feel safe visiting my mother without supervision. And that was in 2019, I think, 2020 maybe. I have to go back and look. But even the court documents from Pumpkin getting custody of Alana paint June in like not the best picture from June's own 2 kids. So Jess didn't want June to take in Kaitlyn too. I think all of them know that it's not the best, but they're just not going to say anything. But yeah. Anyways, that was this past week's episode, you guys. Are Josh's parents nice? I don't know much about them. I've been told that, like, yeah, they're like very normal people. They just have like regular, smegular lives. I don't know much about them, but I've been told that they're decent people. But didn't Anna say on an episode she wanted Kaitlyn to go to Eldridge or June? So, yes, I can tell you that before Anna started getting bad off, it was Eldridge and Michael. She wanted Eldridge and Michael. That's people that talk. Even the day before she passed, she told somebody that she wanted to make sure the girls' custody stay the same. Eldridge a week, Michael a week. Eldridge a week, Michael a week. June Anna only started mentioning June, like when they started filming, and June, in my opinion, pressured her. June kept saying, like, you want me to get her? You want me to get her? And June would say things like, everybody knows as soon as Anna found out she had cancer, she wanted me to get her. And everybody was like, she said that, like, y'all know. When she called Jesse, she was like, y'all know when she first found out she had cancer, she said she wanted me to get her. And Jesse was like, so it was obvious that Jessica had never heard that. What about Sandra, June's mom? I know her and Kaitlyn were close to. She could have stayed with her. Yes, Sandra is very close to Kaitlyn and Kylie, but she is old. Like she's older. I don't know if she's like capable of like raising, a preteen. I'm not sure. I was gonna go, but I just can't. I can't. I really wanted to, but I can't. But anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. I do have somebody that's going to be in the courtroom that's going to let me know what's going on. And as soon as court is over, we'll be doing an update. But yeah, Michael does have a chance due to the Equitable Care Act that allows anybody that has invested time, finances, money into a minor that is not blood related to them in the event that parents pass away, they can gain custody. So he does have a chance. It's just proven in the eyes of the law who would be the best fit, from my understanding. Yeah, it seems Sandra does not get around well. She used the cane with and Anna. Yeah, she's older. So you guys make sure you like, share, subscribe. We are doing this every Monday. We do the Mama June recaps. And then every Tuesday, we try to do the Gypsy Rose Blanchard Life After Lockup recaps. I don't know if I'll be able to do that one tomorrow or if it's going to be Wednesday. I may be out of town tomorrow. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear due to the weather. But I will be back for more today because I am so behind, you guys. Make sure you are subscribed. If you like doing the recaps with me, make sure you join us every Monday. What about Dodo? I mean, Dodo probably would have taken her in. She's retired, but nobody asked Dodo. June had been with Gino and they were doing drugs. Remember, Pumpkin took Alana into her home so she wouldn't be on the ballot. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Dodo was close to Anna's kids. Yes. Anyways, you guys like, share, subscribe, and follow me back here shortly for more. Bye, guys.